Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's video. So day 10 will take us to around the 28th of January. We'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. They run to around a couple of weeks. And I'll get CFSV2 at the end of the video. For the next 4 weeks, that's going to take us well into February, of course. I shall get on that for you very shortly. Well, it was a big weekend for Gaz Weather. It's an epic Sunday as we hit 10,000 subscribers. So we have reached that incredible milestone of 10k. So thank you so much to each and every one of you for getting us to 10,000 subscribers. Absolutely amazing and unbelievable. We did a wonderful live stream last night, which was kind of like a celebration sort of live stream, and you know, it was fantastic to see so many of you there sharing the moment with me and with Gaz Weather. So thank you to each and every one of you for the support. Absolutely incredible. I want to say thank you so much to a channel member, a new channel member. We've got several more channel members and a patron to shout out this week. But today's channel member is Chris Winterburn. So thank you so much to Chris Winterburn for becoming a Gaz Weather Viz channel member. Thank you so much, Chris. I think we're around 65 or 66 channel members now. So we're on our way up to 70 channel members, which is absolutely unbelievable and amazing. As well. So thank you to each and every one of our channel members, our patrons, our donors, our super chatters. You know, the support you give to me, to Gaz Weather, is incredible. And special thank you to Chris Winterburn. Of course, thank you so much, Chris, for becoming a channel member for Gaz Weather. The support, you know, comes from subscribing. You know, it doesn't have to be financially. It can come from subscribing and from watching videos, from sharing videos, liking videos, telling friends, family, and whatnot to subscribe and watch videos and share videos as well. So however you support Gaz Weather Viz, however you support us, thank you so much to each and every one of you. Absolutely unbelievable. This is the moment, this is it just here. Savvy captured this on his live stream yesterday afternoon. That's the moment where our social blade switches over from 9,990 to 10,000 subscribers. That's it, that's the moment where we hit 10k subscribers. Thank you so much to Savvy for capturing that. Yesterday, moment of history, forever, for me and for Gaz. Thank you so much, Sav, for that. And yeah, what a milestone, isn't it? 9,919 to 10,000 subscribers. Thanks so much, Sav, for capturing that. Right, okay, let's move on with the video then. So I'm going to start off with the stratosphere today. So we're going to be looking at temperature at 10 HPA. Over the North Pole. So this is the current situation in terms of temperatures at 10 HPA. So we've got another warming of the stratosphere going on over Siberia, another pretty significant warming with those yellow and orange colours there. Blue colours, they're the cold temperature at 10 HPA over the North Pole. Now, as we run through into the next few days, we're going to find another burst of warming gathering pace over Siberia. So we keep getting these significant warmings, don't we, over Siberia this winter. We've had it all winter, and here we go again, another significant warming taking place over Siberia there in the stratosphere up to the 26th of January. Moving out towards day 10, that warming gathers pace and becomes like quite a deep warming, similar to the kind of warming we've got today. But blue colours continue on our side of the pole at 10 HPA. And then the warming starts to push in towards the North Pole again itself. So we do get this warming pushing into the pole before kind of easing off. Never completely gets rid of the polar vortex though. So it's not a sudden stratospheric one. It's not the kind of thing but it's going to completely obliterate the polar vortex. But it continues to put the polar vortex under pressure. It continues to keep the polar vortex in its box, I suppose. So yeah, you know, it's just ongoing throughout this winter, but we've had a weakened polar vortex, and I think that is probably set to continue into February as well. We did get a reversal of zonal winds. In fact, zonal winds are still in reverse at 10 and 30 HPA. This is from the University of Berlin, from the ECMWF. So you can see that these red and blue lines just here, those are the zonal winds, zonal wind lines for 10 and 30 HPA. Blue is 10 HPA, red is 30 HPA. That's closer to the troposphere. They are still in reverse at the moment, but the zonal winds, at 10 and 30 HPA are still in reverse. So this is still left over from the first stratospheric warning that we had a couple of weeks ago. The ECM is forecasting that zonal winds will start to go positive again. They will pick up a little bit as we go towards the end of January. So the zonal winds will start to pick up. But of course, that's in the stratosphere. Then we wait to see if there's a tropospheric response to the reversal of zonal winds. We do not know yet if there will be or not, but there could be a tropospheric response probably into February from that southern stratospheric warming, but reverse zonal winds. And so we wait to see. We'll wait to see what happens as we get into February. So that's brought you up to date with everything stratosphere-wise. This is how the CT is currently looking. Centering temperature is standing at 2.6 degrees. That's around 1 degree below average. That's provisional. Up to 17th, up to yesterday, 17th of January. This is going to lift up over the next couple of days, so I think this will move into the freeze over the next couple of days. And then it will drop in the second half of this coming week, as it is going to start to get colder once again. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. We're at Birmingham today, so the red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham. We're starting off a little bit on the cool side today. Next couple of days, I say, going to go mild. So particularly Tuesday and Wednesday, actually going to become very mild for a time down in the south, lifting temperatures on the surface into double digits. From around Wednesday onwards, it's going to get colder again. Late Wednesday into Thursday, turning colder. Second half week will be colder, as will the weekend, probably to the beginning of next week as well. So quite a cold period coming up. Late this week and into the weekend. Next week, it looks like it turns milder through the early part of the week into the closing days of January. Temperatures become milder again before possibly starting to get a bit colder again as we go into the opening days of February. We might see the temperatures starting to get a little bit colder then. Precipitation-wise, there's going to be a lot of heavy rain over the next couple of days. There are concerns with flooding tomorrow and also Wednesday as well. There's flooding concerns. It will go a little bit drier as it goes colder in the second half of the week. It will go a little bit drier, but it's not completely dry. There's precipitation around, so that raises the prospect perhaps of a little bit of winteriness. More about that later. Might be a little bit more snow to come later on in the week. And for the north, quite significant snow is possible, in the middle and second half of the week. More about that in a moment. As it goes milder into the closing days of January, it starts to get wetter. Again, significant precipitation then. So overall, quite an unsettled couple of weeks coming up with plenty of rain. As I say, this will be raising river levels even further. So the prospect is there, I think, of the possibility of some flooding, unfortunately. Temperature anomalies from the 18th to the 26th of January are going to be colder than average for Scotland, a little bit above average for England and Wales. These will probably start trending colder in the next day or so once we get like tomorrow and Wednesday's milder weather out of the way. So I'd expect these to go colder as this week progresses. Precipitation anomalies above average, hardly a surprise given the ensemble graph we just saw for Birmingham. So there's going to be plenty of precipitation around and really quite wet at times. This is the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net showing that we're in a westerly flow at the moment. So westerlies broke through, of course, over the weekend on Saturday. It is turning milder, and actually, we've got quite a long effect southwesterly pushing towards us for tomorrow. So you can see from where the air originates from down here, that the air does originate in the Azores and sort of pushes northwards in that direction. So it will turn significantly milder across some parts of the country tomorrow, but there will be a price to pay for that, and that price to pay will be in terms of heavy rain. By Thursday, we're back into colder weather. This is how the UK Met is looking for Thursday. Low pressure is clearing into the north, so it's turning wind back into the north, so it becomes colder. excuse me, it becomes colder on Thursday, and we may see snow in the north starting to push south. Into Friday, we've got a cold northerly wind plunging down across the country. There'll be an increasing risk of snow with that northerly. Staying cold into Saturday as well. There's some sort of trough just here, elongation in the isobars. If that was to run in across the south and then push into that cold air, might deliver something wintry to the south. More likely is that it's going to run into France. But need to keep an eye on it. We'll know a little bit later on in the week what's happening with that. The UK Met keeps it cold up to Sunday. Winds remaining from like a northwesterly direction. It's a little bit northwesterly with the wind, but the air does originate from a long way north, so that's still cold up to Sunday. So a cold weekend coming up. This is how the GFS 6Z is looking. So again, low pressure is off the east coast of Scotland on Thursday. Very tightly packed isobars wrapped around that area of low pressure. It could be very windy, but it could be gale or severe gale force winds through the middle of the week. And snow is definite possibility, particularly for the northern half of the country. Winds in from the north on Friday with low pressure in the North Sea, so a cold northerly wind bringing snow, particularly again to the northern half of the country. There's that little feature there. On Saturday, again, it looks like that's really running into France, but it may, if it goes further north, it may deliver something wintry to some parts of the country as it engages with the cold air. That's Sunday, again, still looking cold on sunny low pressure to the north of Scotland, but winds are still coming around the low pressure from the north, so a cold weekend to come. Into Monday, stays cold as well. Low pressure gathering in the Atlantic, though. And as we push through into Tuesday, we start to draw up this southwesterly. So it begins to go milder as we go through into the early part of next week. We saw it on the ensemble graph, didn't we? So next week does start to go milder again as winds push in from southwest. But there will be, of course, more rain involved in that. Wednesday looks mild with southwest winds. Wednesday next week, I should say, moving up towards day 10. And then you stay unsettled and generally on the mildest side, I think, as we get through to day 10, which is the 28th of January. Into more extended range, so low pressure just continues to keep coming. Eventually, a little bit of a ridge starting to build in from the west. That perhaps turns us a bit drier, but potentially a little bit colder again as we get into the opening days of February. This is how the precipitation type forecast is looking based on that GFS 6Z run from the weather outlook. So, of course, with concerns about rain, definitely over the next few days, particularly for northwest England, north and west Wales, and like into River Severn, into the West Midlands. There's a definite concern about flooding with that. Into the middle of the week, again, the rain just keeps coming across England and Wales. The green and yellow colours indicate, really quite heavy, potentially quite torrential rain at times. And by Wednesday, some of that's beginning to turn a little bit to snow on the northern edge across northern, possibly Northern Ireland. So that takes into Wednesday evening. Again, thoroughly wet across many parts of England and Wales. Increasing snow risk, though, for northern England and down into Wales, possibly also up into Scotland as well. A very significant snow event for Scotland in the early hours of Thursday being forecast there. Quite heavy snow down into northern England and parts of Midlands as well. Thursday, very snowy in the north, northern England, Northern Ireland, Scotland. Really significant snow coming through there with that area of low pressure. Gradually gets drier through the course of Thursday. But that is a significant snow event being predicted there for the north on Thursday. Friday, we're into those wintry showers, snow showers, particularly so in the north. Then we go through into Saturday. Notice that little low running through the channel just brings some precipitation onto the south coast. So that might bring, if it's further north, the further north that goes, the more snow risk will increase with that. And as it's Saturday, it's several days away. We've got to wait and see what happens there. And then through into Sunday, it just stays quite wintry. Another system pushing through across England and Wales might bring some wintry showers through them. So quite cold through the weekend. And then into next week, it gets milder. In comes the southwesterly winds through next week, and then everything is turning back to rain. And there is still some quite significant rain coming through at times as we go through to the end of January. Early February begins to turn a little bit drier and a little bit colder again as well. This is how the GM is looking. So again, low pressures over the country on Thursday, bring heavy rain and potentially snow on the northern side of that low. The low moves into the North Sea through into Friday. Again, winds are pushing in from the north, cold through weekend. Another low pressure zipping through on Sunday, so that will bring wet over to the south. There could be significant snow on the northern side of that low. That would be primarily for northern England, I would have thought. Go through to the early part of next week. It's quite cold for Monday, and then low pressure tries to come in through next week, but does struggle, and actually the GM is quite cold into the early part of next week. The GM keeping it pretty cold, I think, through the early part of next week. No push of southwesterlies from the Azores up to day 10. Anyway, so the GM keeps it cold up to day 10 and with a chance of more snow at times. And then we've got the ECMWF again with low pressure sitting over top of the country. Cold winds coming around the northwest side of the low could turn the rain to snow in northern western areas. That low moves into the North Sea on Friday, and we'll have a cold northerly wind bringing snow showers southwards, and then into the weekend it stays cold, and we've got a little low zipping in across the south here through Saturday, so that might deliver some snow into southern parts of the country over the weekend into the early part of next week. However, we start to draw up milder air from the south, but unsettled, and the north, Scotland actually stays cold through the early part of next week. As we get to day 10, which is 28th of January, looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a transient ridge building in from the west, so possibly turning a little bit drier, but will still be cold then. This is the precipitation type forecast based on that ECM run. A lot of rain coming and going over the next few days for England and Wales, turning increasingly to snow through the northern half of the country around the middle part of the week. Significant snow from Scotland down into northern England. Another low zipping through the south as we get through to next weekend. Delivers rain along the south coast. If that pushed further inland, might turn to snow. There is a suggestion of a little bit of snow for the far southeastern corner on Saturday. And then into Sunday and Monday, bringing more wet weather in off the Atlantic again. So this is turning to snow through northern England and pushing up into Scotland. Heavy rain for much of England and Wales and Northern Ireland. Scotland actually stays in the cold air pretty much throughout with the ECM. This is the option that's on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which is going to get us to the 28th of January. Have 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles with blocking in the North Atlantic and going up towards Greenland. Low pressure, below average heights, low pressure is over to the east and also to western country. Jet stream is pushed a little bit southwards, and some of the precipitation on the northern side of the low could turn increasingly wintry. So still quite cold in the north, but a little bit milder in the south as we would draw up winds from like west or southwesterly direction. But still blocking is there, isn't it? In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This gets to the 2nd of February. So we have 23 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure away to our northwest. Deep trough low pressure is right over top of the country. That's going to be very unsettled and probably a little bit milder with winds coming in from the southwest. 18 just here with low pressure over to the east of the country. There is northern blocking away to the northwest. Again, we could start bringing some colder air to the north with that low. And 10 just here have the low further south, again with significant blocking within the northern latitudes, and that could draw in really quite cold air from the north and from to the north and to the east of the country as well. That's the coldest and most wintry option. So even into early February, we could keep things cold, but I think we probably are going to go into a slightly milder phase end of January, early February. Finally, CFSV2, these are 500 millibar heights, breaking down to week periods. The first week period will take us from the 18th to 24th of January. The coming week will be unsettled with a deep trough low pressure over top of the country combined with northern blocking. So cold and potentially at times quite wintry. It gets colder later on in the week. Week 2 is going to be the 25th to 31st of January. Low pressure again in off the Atlantic with a strengthened sort of west or southwest wind. Heights rise across southern Europe. Still got that northern blocking away to our north and northwest. That's unsettled and probably more Atlantic based, so rather milder for the last week of January. Week 3 is the 1st to the 7th of February. Low pressure's over top of the country. High pressure is around Spain. Winds are in from the west. So that one looks unsettled and probably reasonably mild through the first week of February with that as well. Week 4 continues to look quite interesting because northern blocking begins to re-emerge. This is the 8th and 14th of February. Low pressure then is away to our west-southwest, but notice heights rising up to the north. So that will start to send a jet stream southwards. A ridge building across southeast Europe would take mild air up the east side of Europe, but this could be implying that things start to get colder maybe as we go into the second week of February with a re-emergence of northern blocking. But of course that's 4 weeks away. Right, that's it for the video for today. So if you enjoyed this video, please can you click like, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're past 10k subscribers, but you know, we still want to carry on putting on the subs. So I suppose really we're grinding to 20k now, aren't we? Or 15k, I don't know. But anyway, if you can please subscribe if you have not yet done so. Tell your friends about Gale's Weathers, and if you subscribe, you'll be able to see future weather content. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, that's it for today's video. Just one video today, slightly quiet today. Gonna let it all sink in. You know, what happened over the weekend, and let it all sink in and enjoy the moment. So just one video for today. Tomorrow we're going to have the ECMWF 30-day forecast, and there'll be another 10 to 14 day as well. I would expect to see snow watch before too much longer as well, probably tomorrow evening, because as we've established, there is a significant risk of significant snow in the northern half of the country, so definitely expect to see more snow watches appearing very, very soon. For this video though, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.